Leave your comments on the Ask Reddit sub, and I'll read your answers on the next episode of LWIAR. What non-sexual fantasies do you have? Building a small machine shop in my backyard. Mill, lathe, welders, and an abundance of random steel I'll never get rid of. It's a good dream, and more achievable than you might think. Old industrial equipment can still be found pretty cheaply when a company goes under and it's put up for sale. Right now I'm looking to get a good 3D printer and a good laser cutter. Modern rapid prototyping that can be used in an apartment. A solid combination lathe and mill, like from Jet, is on my list after that. Not as nice as a full Bridgeport knee mill, but something that I can make just about anything under 18 inches long with. That was my dream too. Now I don't have any free time and I'm starting to get burnt out. OMG, marry me. He will forge the rings from a bite to flex on Swarovski. That actually sounds really nice. Disposable income. I feel like the point of my work is to transfer funds from my employers to my creditors. Your checking account is just a layover for your creditors' money. You can live frugally and still have no disposable income. That's the reality for a lot of people. Oh, I felt this. We get down on ourselves a lot watching our friends run around doing stuff, but we have zero debt. Except our mortgage. And I know they are drowning in loans and credit cards. My sister is like this. That must be nice. Comments are so annoying. Like, yes, it is nice to get something you've worked for. But we've also been saving forever and didn't buy a $1,000 coffee table BC. It was originally $1,100. Turns out my husband's death was a terrible accounting mistake by the hospital and he just comes home one day after his amnesia clears. I'd had a similar fantasies. I dreamed that the FBI faked his death so that he could hide and testify against someone. I scream and yell at him for not telling me, for leaving me in so much pain for so long. And then I just hold him until I wake up. No, I am so sorry for your loss. For years after my dad died, I would think I saw him somewhere. I would tell myself it was all a ruse and he left us to live his life with another family or something. I wasn't even mad. I just wanted him to be alive. I feel the same way. My dad died very suddenly in a work accident, and I never could bring myself to see him in his casket. So sometimes I just like to pretend that he's out somewhere fishing, enjoying his life. Mine too. Maybe they're having a beer somewhere. I'm sure they're having the best beer in the universe. Heart. I think we all know the best beer in the universe is actually the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster. To all the fruits we've lost along the way, beer heart. Buying a house. Not even buying a house. Owning it outright without having to slog through a mortgage. I have this fantasy where my landlord wins Powerball. He's a lovely elderly Croatian man, and just lets us keep the house we're in currently. It's a beautiful little place that would be perfect as a starter home, if we'd been around 20 years ago, that is. I don't need millions of dollars. Just a small place I can call my own and raise my family in. Every time I think we've got enough for a deposit, the prices have drifted just beyond our reach again. I absolutely love that your dream is someone else winning the lottery and you benefiting a bit too. Shows you have a great heart. I hope you get that dream. In this economy. During a pandemic. In 2020. On my income. In these shoes. Localized entirely within your kitchen. Yes. No. A bathtub that is deep enough the water covers my boobs and me knees. And is long enough I can lay flat on the bottom. Yes! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Sometimes I daydream about the prefect bathroom in Harry Potter. I just want a giant tub. I was staying in corporate housing for a while and the apartment I was in had a bathtub big enough that I could lie flat on my back without bending my knees. I'm 6 feet 2 inches. I took a bath every goddamn day. Where did you happen to get the make? I didn't. Sorry. It was in the Marquis Oaks apartment complex in Grapevine, Texas. The place I'm currently buying has a pretty big tub too. If it's big enough for me, I'll PM you the make. You're awesome. My husband is 6 feet 5 inches. He will appreciate you too. And this is how our FWB, friends with bathtub relationship started. Right now it's just loading my truck up and disappearing into the woods for a week. I don't have a truck, but that sounds like fun. Hell y'all can join me. No thanks. I'm sure next week you will be using SCP-180 after a random stranger takes a trip with you into the woods. I'm a homeowner 20+ acres, with a running creek on the property. My family has everything they need for a happy, stable life. No debt, with disposable income. As a family we watch the sunrise and set together. We talk openly about our emotions in a healthy manner, and help each other with our struggles. My children marry good partners. Perhaps one of them provides me with a grandchild. But they are all happy and well taken care of. My wife and I live out our golden years traveling and spending time with family. We die peacefully in our bed asleep together. At first I thought you were already all those things and I was waiting to hear your fantasy, but yeah, I get it now. I like this idea a lot. Except for the having to wake up before sunrise part. Strolling into the Vatican archives whenever I please to read whatever I want. You interested in manuscript? Yes, totally into source documents of any time that give glimpses into our actual history. You'll be amazed at what local universities have on private display. Call them up and ask for a tour. Most librarians are happy to chat about their collections. This is actually a cool idea and I might have to do it sometime. Especially since I just started college, it might be a bit easier with my student status. I went on a school history trip to our government building and we got copies of our Declaration of Independence to take home. Nicolas Cage intensified. Savings, no debt, being able to retire one day. From what job? Oh, also the fantasy that I'll make a wage commensurate with what I actually contribute to the company I work for. Being able to lose weight without even trying. Hell, I'd take being able to lose weight when I am trying. Shoot me a DM if you want help. I'm a veteran of weight loss. 80 pounds gone, which I've maintained for over a decade. Edit. I posted an overview of my thoughts on weight loss here since I've gotten so many DMs, which is great. Let's all improve together. Smile if you have more specific questions. You can of course still feel free to reach out. 8 hours of sleep. Reading this when my alarm is set for 4 hours from now and I feel so called out, been alternating between staring at the ceiling and my phone for the past 3 hours. Edit. OMG, this blew up. I fell asleep with 5 hours left but somehow did manage to get up. Yay, I'm dead now. Thanks for all the good mornings. Made me smile. And as for the advice, I know it's well meant but insomnia is a real problem and I think I'd know what works for me and what doesn't. Hey, wake up, it's been 4 hours. Having a home theater, the kind that actually look like mini movie theaters, and are only found in multi-million-dollar homes. For some reason, I think about it a lot. It would just be sick to invite loved ones over to watch our favorite movies and fool around as if we were in an actual theater. Edit. I'm not even living on my own yet. I'm nowhere near that stage of life where I can have this. I'm 22 with no career yet. I appreciate the help, advice, but I'm not planning on getting a home theater anytime soon. No need to keep helping me, but thanks anyways. I'm in, if you ever get one. Did you read the part about fooling around? Did he stutter? Actually having my life together, I'm a freaking mess. All grown-ups are just pretending to have their life together. It took me quite a while to figure this out. You will eventually get good at pretending this as well. Sometimes when I'm out in the woods I'm really tempted to get as lost as I can. Or when I'm driving to just keep going. Not because I hate my life, but because if I could start over somewhere where no one knew me I would. Edit. To everyone saying to do it. I have been planning my move quite a while now. Edit 2. I'm not going through a crisis where I hate myself, and though I appreciate the concern, it's just not needed. I am very much a person who likes my own company. Wife worked with a guy who missed the exit to the job and kept going. Driver about 2 hours. Checked into a hotel and slept for like 2 days. told his wife, but the job lost their minds. Came back, quit engineering and sold suits for a year or so. Ex-boss would come in and try to get to him back. Took 3 or 4 hires to replace him. Whenever I think about that, it is time for a new job. Holding hands and cuddling with someone. This hit me in the feels. Sending virtual cuddles. I desperately want to have a family and have all my childhood's friends be their uncles and aunties. Just us in the same city or town. I am an immigrant to the UK from Hong Kong, and even though English is my first language, all my friends are spread over 3 continents, and I worry that my children will not understand my culture. I do not want to be that weird dad, and I miss my friends. Hope everything works out well for you. It will be. I am just sad that we will never go back to Hong Kong. Why do that when you can be safe in the West? Someone hugging me, sad face. Susu. I bought a free hug t-shirt and get a couple of hugs most of the time when I wear it. I wore a free mom hugs shirt to Pride. Over the course of a few hours, I got more hugs than I could count. It's very intense and humbling to share long and tense hugs with complete strangers, who often cry in my arms. I got a bit high from the endorphins. TBH. I want to do this someday. As a straight, CYS, Christian man, I want to give all hugs and apologize for any of my type that have ever hurt someone at a Pride Fest. I want to try and help heal what so many have freaked up in others. Jesus Christ. No, really. Jesus Christ would actually have the same attitude as you instead of, you live like I want you to live or I'll beat your butt and send you to hell. You brought a tear to my eye. I took my son to his first Pride in 2019. And of course couldn't this year. I want to do the same thing as you. As we were leaving the park where the main festival was and heading to our car, a preacher ambushed a group of scantily clad young Hispanic women who had just left the park. We were like a block down the street, but I turned around to go make sure they were okay. But one of the girls shut him up so well that I just cheered and laughed and turned back towards the car. The idiot with his sign was screaming something about all have sinned. That means you are a sinner. You need to stop sinning. That wasn't exactly it, but it was something like that. One of the girls said, "Excuse me, did you say I'm sinning? I'm sinning? I ain't doing nothing but walking down the street. Motherfricker." Quote. I'm in the same boat. Just want some comfort, but I'm a guy so society says no. Sending virtual hugs your way. Frick society, find someone who'll give you a nice hug, man. My male friends conform to society's expectations. I don't have any female friends that would be this comfortable with me. Frick all that real man bullcrap. Just teaches guys to bottle up emotions and become buttholes. I'll give anyone a hug that needs one. Even my brothers. Edit. You all are beautiful people. I hope that anyone who needs a hug right now gets one. Pause the time and have few hours more for my job, assignment, sleep, etc., etc., etc. We all need a click remote with a pause button. Nothing else. Just a pause, please. I have a couple of friends. They're in a relationship together, with whom I've had experiences like this. We went to Vegas on July 4th. We went to the Santa Monica Pier and hung out on the beach all day earlier this month. We're trying to plan a trip somewhere fun once this pandemic dies down. Maybe Miami. We're not wealthy people. I'm 30. My buddy is 23 and his girlfriend is 21. They both interact with me like I'm their cool older brother or something. It feels nice. I haven't had a connection like this with people my age at all. My ex used to get pissed that I was hanging out with 2 people 7 to 9 years younger than me. She just doesn't understand. I hope you and everyone who upvoted and commented under you experience this with some cool butt people someday. Best of luck. Being able to fly, not in a plane, just me. Thanks for watching LWIAR. The best of recent r/AskReddit submissions and comments. If you like this video, check out LWIAR too. And don't forget to like and subscribe.